Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And it is very nice season out there. It's raining, and still you have come here to enjoy our spirit and enthusiasm about the Toastmaster. Kudos to you and thanks for that. And welcome you all to 289 meetings of the Vadodara Toastmasters. I am your Sajid Ham for the today's meeting. And if you find you need to go to the washroom, the facility is outside the door, but you make sure to do not cross the view of the camera so recording won't get disturbed. And I request you all to silent your phone right now because I found the last two meetings we had some kind of a noise created to the ringing and everything. So that distracts the speaker. And if you found that the speaker on the stage doing something unique and fabulous, you just giving silent clap or thumbs up, so it encourages that person. And uh, moving forward, if you want to get a drinking water, the facility is also outside there. And before coming on the stage, you make sure that you follow the three ground rules that we do not talk about the sex, religions, or the politics. And I will request you all to raise your right hand and repeat the club mission after me. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication with leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I will ask our presiding officer to come on stage.
Thank you, Priya. Good morning and good morning to everyone. It's my pleasure to see all of you here. I have a personal story again to share with all of you, following a beautiful message behind that. Last week, my daughter, she had a fancy dress competition in her school, and she was very happy to participate in that. But as a mother, especially, I wanted her to be a public speaker from this age only. I wanted her to speak on over stage, but she was hesitant. She didn't like to speak over stage, although she didn't understand how to speak or what. But she enjoyed dancing over the stage and going over the stage. So me and my husband, we never forced her for anything. We thought let her enjoy whatever she's doing. So she participated in the fancy dress and she made herself as a mobile phone. I help her preparing few sentences if we get chance to speak on stage. She participated. Everything happened, but we were not allowed to be part of that event. It was between the school teachers and students. When she came back home evening, I asked her, "How was your event?" She told me, "Mama, I had mic in my hand. I spoke in front of everybody. It was a big auditorium. Many people were sitting there and they were looking at me. I was so happy. And I was so mesmerized in her communication and conversation. I was enjoying her happiness. I was seeing the happiness in her eyes. She was so happy with the experience of public speaking. And my happiness is she enjoyed public speaking. And though we explained her that she should speak on stage, but she was not ready. But she herself tried. As she tried, she faced her fear. As she faced her fear, she came out of her comfort zone. And as she came out of her comfort zone, she's entered into a growth zone. So as soon as you will leave your comfort zone, you will enter your growth zone. So this is the message behind the experience I shared with my daughter. And I request all of you to face your fear, come out of your comfort zone, and enter in your growth zone. With this positive note, I declare meeting 289 as open. Do we have any guests here today? I request you to come here and introduce yourself. Again?
Anirudh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anirudh Menon, and I was born and brought up in this beautiful small town of Baroda. I did my schooling just a couple of kilometers away, Shabri Vidyalaya. That was my school. I I left this city for professional growth. Of course, we all do that as part of our professional endeavor. I recently moved back. I work in a tech company, a small startup, not a very big MNC, but then I do enjoy my perks and benefits of being part of a growing tech company. I'm explained a very wonderful anecdote about public speaking through her daughter's experience. I'll tell you an experience with my daughter. This was 6 years back when it was probably just a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and they have all these activities that they do in school. So my daughter, I was teaching students in a class, and my daughter was at home with her mother, and she was having a beautiful conversation. Suddenly, my wife called, and she said, "Do you know the meaning of the word jack-o'-lantern?" Right? Anybody knows that? What's a jack-o'-lantern? Right. So jack-o'-lantern is basically nothing but the pumpkin that you open up, to give the shape of a face, and you use it in Halloween and Thanksgiving. That is called jack-o'-lantern. I explained this to my wife, and she said, "How does Anisha know that?" Right. So encouragement to kids at a very early age has been what is something that I've always embarked upon in not only in my journey, because I started my first public speaking when I was 6 years old in Shabbi. Right. So that's a small experience about speaking, and I think this is my first experience of being a part of Toastmasters Club. So I'm really looking forward to listening to everyone, all the Toastmasters who are here present on a very wonderful topic called airport experiences. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Share your experience. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Bhargav Jahan. I'm currently working at Hindustan Petroleum as a manager, and I've been in Vadodara since 3 years. And I have found the city to be amazingly, and the people I have found are amazingly eloquent, articulate, and they are much more socializing. Because of my job, I get to travel a lot of places. It's transferable job, and Vadodara is so far I have found the most exciting city so far. And I graduated from IIT Gandhinagar in 2017. And then after 6 years, I've been working. And I joined Toastmasters. I joined as a guest in Toastmasters, and I look forward to develop more articulate skills, public speaking skills, and presentation skills. And more important part is the peer group learning, which we get in such clubs. So that is what I look forward to. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, as we, sir said that we should encourage our kids to participate in such events. We have a very young guest today, Dharashri. Give her a big round of applause. Lots of effort to take her to this meeting. Thank you for coming here. You want to say something? No, it's okay. Enjoy the meeting. Okay, moving ahead with the session, we have a book of the week session. PM Janardhan is gonna share book of the week.
So the book of the week today is Chip War. Chips War would have been more relevant because this part of the world consumes a lot of chips. But this is a different chip. I mean, this book is basically about semiconductor industry. Two things which intrigue me towards this book is we all know essentially it's been told that data is the new oil, soil is the new data. Sorry, oil data is the new oil. Like 2 years ago, oil was the most sought after commodity. Now data is the most sought after thing. And during the pandemic, I was intrigued why US is attracted towards Taiwan. I was not knowing. I was just wondering they don't have any natural resources. Why US is going towards Taiwan? This is the second question. Third question was what was the third question? Third question was anyway, I will come to that. So basically, these two questions are answered in this book. Why Taiwan is important for US? Because Taiwan has one of the most, almost 40% of 50% of the high-end chips are manufactured in Taiwan. And that is why always you have this warships, the top warships of US roams around that place because they want to protect it from China. This book starts from the basics of semiconductor industry. You have to learn William Shockley, who is the father of semiconductor industry. Moore's law, who predicted that the computation speed will be exponential over a period of time. So this book talks about all these things. I am a chemical engineer. It doesn't stop me from reading this book. And I am intrigued. I am probably reading for the second time. And because it's a book has a lot of data. And it talks about even the mission to moon. That was when the semiconductor industry got a head start. And further in the missile programs. And then later how the pioneers of this industry were able to think forward, and the phones we use today, all the chips inside the phones, the car. Now I remember the third question was, there was a news that the car industry are facing shortage of chips. I was wondering why this is that. All these questions are answered in this book. Wonderful book by Chris Miller, and I'm sure you all will like reading it. You given an opportunity, probably I'd like to share more data, but because of time, I'm stopping in the enjoy this book. I'm sure it will be a time well spent. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Janardhan, for sharing the knowledge. Now moving ahead, we have I'm super excited to see Team Vikram as a team only today. We are going to learn so many things and we're going to enjoy the session. I request Team Modi to come on stage and continue.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Jyoti. A very good morning to Toastmasters and guests. 289th Toastmaster meeting. Wonderful, especially at Vadodara Toastmasters Club. And today, one of my desire or passion or wish that was invested in me around 4.5 years back when one of our old Toastmasters, Jignesh, brought her daughter to the Toastmaster Club. I thought one day let me bring my daughter as well. And that is realized today, thanks to me. I have to drive her and bring her here, thanks to my wife, who was very busy today elsewhere. And of course, thanks to my daughter as well, who volunteered to come. Airport experience, that's the theme of the meeting today. Usually, the Toastmasters meeting has got 3 sessions: speaker session, table topic session, and evaluator session. But today, we have got 6 amazing speakers. I'm still not yet out of the international speech contest that I witnessed last night. But I feel that it's going to be something equal to that even now in this meeting. I was always thinking that the lady there as a contest chair, she was also an Indian probably, she was wearing a sari, so I thought she was an Indian. I thought one day I should be like that on stage. I'm sure that every one of them started like this today. It all starts from a Toastmaster club. It all starts from a club winning, then go on to the international speech contest, world champion stage. The airport experience. My airport experience started by not traveling in a flight, but just to see the flight. We 15 people had gone to the airport just to send off my grandfather from Chennai to Delhi. Those days there were viewing gallery. We all took the tickets to the viewing gallery, and the way the Indian Airlines flight took, slowly it came back. I thought, okay, this is how the flight will go. Then it went slowly forward. Some of the buses, trains all go. The moment it took a U-turn and it went zoom, my heart stopped for a minute or a second. This is the flight? That's when my dad told. That's why the Grand Trunk Express takes 2 days to reach Delhi, but your grandfather will reach in 2 hours. This is what my airport experience is about, and I will share similar experiences through the course of the meeting. We have a beautiful team today called the General Evaluating Team. I can nickname it as the Kunalan family as well. Two of them are from Kunals. Yes. But before that, Toastmaster always emphasizes on timing. Now, there is a very wrong impression within us and in India that people who speak a lot are extroverts. People who speak a lot are good communicators. No. People who conclude, people who stop, they are good communicators. And what you learn at Toastmasters, you not only learn to start speaking, you learn to stop speaking. For that, we have a timing. Toastmaster Hitesh, a very good friend of mine, since 4.5 years, is a timer today. His airport experience happened in Mumbai airport when his flight got cancelled and he had to spend the entire night in Mumbai. Toastmaster Hitesh, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Vikram. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Dear guests. Well, I am super excited for the role that I am going to play today. You want to know why? No, you would have definitely come across, a sports enthusiast as well as a referee, the one who comes with a stopwatch. You can't always stop or turn back the time, but you can always wind it up. So, dear speakers, if you want to understand the value of time, let me quote a very good old adage here that if you want to understand the value of 1 second, ask an Olympic athlete who won a silver medal. So I am your timer for the day. I'm going to play that role. Let's look at the signaling language. For the prepared speakers, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll raise a green card at the end of 5 minutes. I'll raise yellow card at the end of 6 minutes and the red card at the end of 7 minutes. For the icebreaker speeches, we have the time of 4 to 6 minutes. So I'll raise green card at the end of 4 minutes. We'll raise yellow card at the end of 5 minutes and the red card at the end of 6 minutes. I'll have the audacity to be the timer for the evaluators as well. For them, the time allocated is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll raise green card at the end of 2 minutes. I'll raise yellow card at the end of 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And the red card at the end of 3 minutes. So, dear speakers, take the note of signals that I make, which are very precious. At the same time, hold your line, but well in time. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hitesh. Next, we have another team player, the R counter, played by Toastmaster Hiranya. Hiranya has a memory of, I think, in 3rd standard, and she hated public places. So she did not want to go to the airport, but then to her surprise, she found that very well decent dressed people need washrooms. And top of it, her favorite air conditioning was there in the airport. So she loved the airport experience. Toastmaster Hiranya, please come on stage.
I'm sure many of you have heard the famous doha of Sant Kabir. ऐसी वाणी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए औरत को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल होए. If Sant Kabir would be alive today and if he joined Toastmasters, he would have redefined this thought in this way. ऐसी speech दीजिए आ अमना होए औरत को engage करे आपहु engage होए. Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. I am your R counter for today's meeting. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. I will also keep the track of the overused words, including well, but, so, you know, and I will present my report when called upon by the general. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next role player is grammarian Toastmaster Kabir. Now, Kabir's experience is about he was so eager to visit the airport or in fact travel in a flight. And now he is with his father during a trip in Kashmir. And for his father, Toastmaster Krunal, the interview you were today, it was like taking a rickshaw. Very common. It's not a flight. He was so excited that wow, this is Indira Gandhi National Airport at New Delhi. And his father says, yeah, this year only, last week I was charging my mobile sitting. What big deal? But still he had this reality, the dreams coming into reality that yes, food is expensive, such a neat airport and a wonderful airport. That's his experience. Toastmaster Kabir on the stage.
So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Kabir Brahmbhatt, and today I am playing one of my favorite roles again, the grammarian for today's meeting. So, last time when I was the grammarian, I emphasized upon the importance of using the correct grammar and what impact it gives to your speech. Many of you here are corporate working officials and working with multinational companies where you happen to be in frequent communication with foreign colleagues or overseas colleagues whose first language is English. What happens here is because their first language is English, they quickly catch your basic or small grammatical errors, whether it be over emails or whether it be over calls. They tend to quickly catch your basic mistakes. So sometimes, most of the times, it may not seem to be a matter of concern, but sometimes these basic mistakes tend to leave an impression within seconds. So you may be fluent in speaking English, but along with fluent, you have to be accurate at the same time in speaking English. So as the grammarian, I would like to introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day today. The word of the day is audacity, which means willingness to take bold risks. It can be used as he had the audacity to ask for a promotion. The phrase of the day is hold the line, which means stick to one's practices and plans and not surrender to the pressure of a tough situation. It can be used as Virat Kohli held his line in the match against Pakistan and led India to a victory. I encourage each speaker who comes on the stage to use the word of the day and phrase of the day, and I will submit my report when called upon by the general electorate.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kabir. We're done with the timer. Our counter and grammarian who will be helping us to conduct this meeting smoothly. Now, my airport experience. Now that I have visited the airport and seen my grandfather send off him. After 15 years, I got an opportunity to travel. It was Chennai, Mumbai, Jamnagar. My dad got a job in Reliance. Gujarat has always been a fertile land for our family, I guess. He was very well here, and now I am here at the Bodha. The Mumbai Jamnagar flight was delayed, so we were all told we'll be given a buffet. Everybody were angry that the flight was delayed, but my twin and me were so happy that the flight was delayed. We were taken to the Centaur Hotel outside Mumbai, and we were given the buffet coupons with our boarding pass. Now, when we were taking the buffet items on our plate, those days we did not have those red dot for non-veg and green dot for veg. We just took something which had got onion, tomato, and a skin color kind of a flabby thing that came along with it. Now, what is this? The moment we came and sat on the table, my twin told, smelling a little different. Let me go and ask the waiter there, what is this? And he told, it's pork salad. Now, what is pork? We didn't know it. We came and asked my mother, what is pork salad? My mother told, just go and throw the paper plate in the dustbin. But we were telling, what is it? She said, you can tell it right now. please go and throw it. We didn't have those Googles and smartphones to immediately search what it is. After we reached Jamnagar, my mother told it's big. That's how my first experience started. Now, today we have 6 speakers. There's a small change in agenda. The second speaker, Toastmaster Harsh, will speak fourth. And the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Shika, will speak the second. That's the change in agenda today. We will start with the first speaker, Toastmaster Ananda. His pathways is persuasive influence, level 1, project 2, writing a speech with a purpose. His story about an airport experience is he was surprised to see that hardly 2 people were reading books in the airport. Not many read books. He got in touch with an MD of a company and he was reading the book even when standing in the queue for entering the flight. And he told that do not think that there's no time to read books. If you really want to read books, you have the time always. The evaluator for Toastmaster Ananda is Toastmaster Kuldeep. May I kindly request him to come on stage to give list out the objectives.
Hello everyone, my name is Toastmaster Kuldeep. I'm going to be evaluating Toastmaster Ananda on the speech. So I'm just going to give you the details of his speech, and his pathway is persuasive influence. His project is level 1, project 2. His project title is writing a speech with purpose. Basically, he's required to write a well-organized speech with a clearly defined purpose. His speech title is DP for Visionary Life. And if DP has anything, if I think what it means, then I'm looking forward to your speech. It's got profile picture and everything. All right, I'd like to hand it back to the keyboard of the day.
Toastmaster Ananda on stage, please. Toastmaster Ananda, DP for a Visionary Life. DP for a Visionary Life, Toastmaster Ananda.
Thank you. Thank you, TM Vikram. Good morning, my dear fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Yeah, so let me start by asking by engaging question. Like, please tell me how many times was this bottle made? Any guess? Once. Any guess? 5 times. Okay, good. So actually, the bottle was made in 2 times. First, in the mind of an inventor, and next, in the real world. My dear fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, all the things you see and experience in the world are made twice. First, in the mind of someone, and second, the real world. So it is always great to create a vision for your life, because vision is a compass that guides the journey of your heart. So please engage, devote your time to create and craft a vision. First you create in your mind, then you will lead that vision. Right? Now the next part is to become a visionary life and to lead a visionary life, you must be a great performer, right? Without performance, you cannot achieve or realize your vision. So to become a great performer, you must understand the nuts and bolts of performance. Because one who do well and great perform, then only he or she will be known as a great performer. Today, I will take you through a brain tattoo. People are tattooing their bodies and hands because they want to see the lasting impact on their thought or imagination, right? So I will today give you a brain tattoo that will last till your last day of life. Okay? So the brain tattoo is I called as DP for a visionary life. DP means decoding performance for a visionary life. So you want to lead a visionary life, you must know the performer and the performance. So now for that, I have an acronym called PAMOD. PAMOD. The acronym stands for P is equals to performance. Before I jump to the next 4 letters, I just ask one question. 2 plus 2 equals to 10 plus 10 equals to 10 multiplied by 10 equals to, that's the catch. Anything that is multiplied, it shoots up 5 to 10 times. It is known in a management world as multiplier effect. Once you know the nuts and bolts of performance, then you can multiply your performance so that you can lead a very visionary and happy and fulfilling life. And by that means, you will realize your vision. So now I will go to the next 4 letters in the PAMOD. Performance is equals to, first one is ability. A stands for ability. What does it mean by ability? Ability is the inherent capability of every human being, whether it is she or he, that God has given to us. To know that inherent capability, you must gather knowledge, skill set. Then you build that capability to be able yourself to perform for your vision to make it successful. So the success, I came to know the best definition of success is that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal, or in short, your vision. You must be relentless by executing the ideas, knowledge, enhancing the skill set that will make you more capable, that translate into increase your ability to perform. By that means you can realize your vision. So first one is ability. Now the next is opportunity, right? Opportunity means what? You need a space to perform. Suppose you become a great performer, but you don't have a space. Then what you will do? So you need to have opportunity. How you will attract opportunity? By connecting with people, by let everyone knows your vision, what you want to achieve. By your ability, people will give you opportunity. Then M stands for motivation. Motivation is the energy and the commitment you bring in your daily life from your vision statement, from your visionary life, right? And the fourth one is direction. Now I will ask a question. What is important, direction or speed? Direction, right? Because if you are running a 160 kilometer per hour, but you are a wrong direction, you would have ended in a different place. So that is the reason you must be in a right direction. For being in right direction, you must leverage your network. Ask great and experienced professionals. It may be friends, colleagues, or parents. So build that network, take care of that. So at the last, I would like to tell you, please repeat after my dear Grace Fellows and Toastmasters. Performance, please repeat after me. Performance is equals to ability multiplied by motivation multiplied by opportunity multiplied by direction. Thank you so much, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for this opportunity.
Last night I asked Ananda, can I give a full form of BP? He said, please. I will give it in my speech. I don't need decoding performance. A very good speech. Thank you so much. Now we have an ice-breaking speech. First time she's going to give a speech. Toastmaster Shikha. She's taken her pathway as motivational strategy. It's L1, P1. The evaluator is Toastmaster Taro. Before calling Taro, the experience she had at Hyderabad Airport, She was coming down the escalator with her husband. There was a burqa clad lady on the other side of the escalator. And the burqa got stuck in the escalator. What happened? I would request her to come when she's on stage and narrate what happened. Before that, I called Tarun on stage to list out the objectives of her speech.
Very good morning to all fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Today, my focus speaker, T.M. Shikha, would be delivering her first speech from her level 1, project 1. Her speech pathways for motivation strategy. Her speech title is Embracing the Journey of Long Life Learning. Please note that this would be her icebreaker speech, wherein she will introduce herself and also learn the structure of giving her speech. Timer, please note, since this icebreaker speech, the timing would be 4 to 6 minutes. I request everybody to applaud when she finishes her speech. All the best to TMC.
We need to stand and applaud once she finishes her speech, and I would request Shikha also to observe the applause that you are going to get, because you will have to get it only at the end of the pathway, probably 1 year later. Yeah, may I follow? Yeah. Yeah, Shikha. The burqa clad lady got stuck in the escalator. What happened?
Then my husband went very fast and pulled the burqa from escalator and he was
Okay, so this.
everybody was appreciating him, but I asked him, how do you notice?
So the funds we all were expecting about. Yes. Thank you. Toastmaster Shikha, embracing the journey of long life learning. Embracing the journey of long life learning. Toastmaster Shikha.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm little nervous, but it's okay. I'm here to talk about myself and my life experiences. I'm from very small city of MP, Chhatarpur. Perhaps some of you don't about Chhatarpur. World famous Khajuraho temple comes under district Chhatarpur. I was sixth child of my family. Although my mother was deprived of basic education, but she always taught us the value of education. She never differentiated among siblings. I think that was the best part of my child. With audacity in her heart and hold the line in adverse condition, she was an inspiring force for me. It taught me education is important, no doubt, but your attitude matters a lot. My all brothers and sisters secured prestigious government job. I also tried for MPPSC. MPPSC means Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission, but I was not successful. But as a result, I became process oriented rather than result oriented, which helped me to guide my children in the right direction. In 2003, I met my real hero, my husband. He always appreciate and motivate me. After I got married, we moved to different locations, starting from Ahmedabad, Mumbai, then Dubai. In Ahmedabad, I took up a teaching job. This gave me the opportunity to interact with teenagers and young children. In 2004, I shifted to Mumbai. There I was blessed with 2 sons. Here I came in the context of art of living. This was the milestone of my spiritual growth. Here, I also joined an English speaking class. I think this was a remarkable achievement for me. Then in 2011, my husband got good offer in Dubai, so we shifted to Dubai. There I used to take lots of Hindi tuitions. And I did yoga teachers training from US Yoga Alliance and became a certified yoga teacher. Then I started work as a freelance yoga coach. In 7 years of Dubai, I learned when you meet different nationalities, communities, and different culture, your acceptance power enhancing and your thought process totally changed. In 2018, my husband got transferred to Saudi Arabia and I came back to Baroda at my in-laws place. After coming back, I joined Willabong International School as a yoga teacher. Along with this, I completed my master degree in yoga. Still, there was a vacuum in my inner space. So I went Vipassana 10 days course. It was a residential course in April 2023. When I came back, I got a beautiful gift of Vipassana as a form of Toastmaster class. Actually, in that course, that Guruji, I don't know, you heard about that Satyanarayan Goenka. He always says, okay, you got something after this course. After 15 days, I said to my husband, I didn't get anything. But next month, really, I'm very blessed. Next month, I got Toastmaster Club. This is an ocean of learning. I am blessed to get all the opportunities that help me to embrace the journey of lifelong learning. I will conclude my speech with 2 lines of Mirza Ghalib. राह में मुश्किलें हैं, राह में मुश्किलें हैं और राह में राहतें भी। जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ना यही है हमारी फितरत। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, Rekha. What an amazing speech. We like your nervousness. When I was willing to do the Vipassana, but then how many days Mount Everest?
10 days.
Mount Everest? You have to be on Mount Everest. Can you imagine? Mount Everest?
Yes.
So I said, no, thank you. I can make all the moves of yoga, but not 9 days of silence. Never. Next, we have on stage Toastmaster Jayashree. She is also going to give her icebreaker. For that, the evaluator is Toastmaster Dhruv. Her experience in an airport is the most terrifying, like for all of us. Extra baggage. At Bhubaneswar Airport, she was caught by the check-in staff with 10 kilos of extra baggage. Thankfully, her guide, the PhD guide, was also traveling with her. So she adjusted all her dress and all her gifts in her bag. And then she was able to travel without taking the penalty. I request Toastmaster Dhruv on stage to list out the objectives of Toastmaster Jayashree.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram. A very good morning to everyone. Today, I'm evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Jayashree, who has selected effective coaching as a path. Today, she will deliver a level 1 project 1 speech, that is the icebreaker speech. The objective of icebreaker speech is to introduce herself to the club and to know about the basic structure of the public speech. The title of her speech is Journey of My Life. Timer, please note the timing of her speech is 4 to 6 minutes. A request to all the audience to give her a standing ovation after her speech. Toastmaster Jayashree, hold your lines and give your speech with audacity. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Toastmaster Jayashree on stage. Toastmaster Jayashree, the journey of my life, Toastmaster Jayashree.
Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and here. I am Jayashree Gamit. Today I am giving my icebreaker speech. I am from a small village named as Patak, which is situated in Surat district. I am living
there with my parents and my elder sister. I completed my study till 7th class in my village. Thereafter, I came to Baroda in a Arya Kanya school and my further study. Thereafter, I also I took my first year admission in MSU. And during, actually, I want to share my experience about, I am very naughty in my childhood. And I want to share one experience of my dad. Actually, once I fell down once night, I fell down from bed. And I noticed that no one is noticing me. I fell down from the bed and thinking for a while, I started suddenly crying, and my parents, what happened? So I told them, they saw that I'm down from the bed, fell down from the bed. So they took me up and told to sleep. And during when I was in my second year, I joined a job as a computer operator in a revenue department in Davoi. Once I need a 1 day leave, and I requested requested a company to give me a job, give me a leave, but they refused that. They don't, and yet I took a leave, and the next day they said me that don't come to job on from next day. I once requested them, but they again refused it, and that was the turning point of my life, because I started because at that time I was my first year master in first year. So I started studied hard for that master first year and the second year of my master. I studied hard and as a result I got the 5 gold medal for securing highest marks in Sanskrit in my subject. And at that time I was feel proud to me, but my parents did not come at that moment to my convocation ceremony, because my father had heart surgery at that time. So that was I always feel bad because when I was a peak of my career at that time, and they don't dare to enjoy it or don't dare to see success of their daughter. And thereafter, I joined PhD, and I have selected a subject as an epic 21st century, and it's nowadays we are taught that Sanskrit is dead language, but not. There are so many writers who are even writing today many great epics. Even my sir, Professor Ravindra Kumar Panda, is also write a epic on Maharaja Sayaji Rao. And I am thereafter during my PhD, I also joined as a research officer in Oriental Institute of Baroda. It's a research institute. It's like a heritage place. There are 30,000 manuscripts, collection of 30,000 manuscripts, and the foreigner also visit the place. And I'm feeling proud that there is a copper plate which has a first evidence of Bhattapatram. The evidence of village of Vadodara at that time is there. And there is so many there are so many things also. We have a manuscript, Shankaracharya's Saundarya Lahari manuscript, which every verse has a illustration of picture, and this is only we have all over the world. It's in our institute. So thank you everyone for listening to me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful speech, Toastmaster Jayashree. 5 gold medals. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But that's the reason why I told my daughter also to come. She learned multiplication from Ananda. She thought that she knows a yoga teacher. Now there's a gold medalist as well. Definitely, these all will get inscribed in her memory, I'm sure. Next, my story on airport experience. We were coming from Chennai to Mumbai, my wife and me. I had bought a lot of sweets and snacks from a very famous shop called Grand Sweets and Snacks, something like the Jagdish of Vadodara. We had bought for around 3,000 rupees for sweets, snacks, powders, and all that, and I had a big bag. Now I have a laptop with me, so I requested my wife to carry this bag, pass through the scanner, because I will have to open the baggage, laptops, and all that. That's a small excuse that I gave. Then she okay, over it. So we are just near the flight, about to board, and I realized that there was no Grand Sweets and Snacks. She has forgotten and kept it at the scanner itself. So she has picked up only the handbag and did not take the bags. 3,000 plus rupees. I requested the ground staff. There is one Grand Sweets and Snacks. Like how at Vadodara Airport, we will know that it's Jagdish. In Chennai, people know it's Grand Sweets and Snacks. He asked where. Said the only line which has the ladies scanner, because in Chennai there is just one line for the scanner, around 10 lines for the gents. That was a good relief for us. He said, don't worry, sir, ask ma'am to board the flight. You stay down, I will come and give it to you. After 10 minutes, he comes with the bag. I was so happy. After a few nanoseconds, I realized that there were 2 CISF people carrying the AK-47 and they were following him, and then they asked me, is it intentional or forgetful? I said that was forgetful. They asked me for the boarding pass, and smilingly they said, what is there in? I said, laddus. They said, okay, you can go. That was a very fearful experience for me looking at that. We see the CISF every day, but when they come in search of you, it's something changes different. The next speaker on stage is yet another icebreaker, Toastmaster Harsh. You must be wondering why he was in the 4th or instead of 2nd. He will tell you why it was. His airport experience was at Ahmedabad airport. The flight was delayed and everybody was shouting at them, the ground staff, why is it delayed? Instead of serving the food in the flight, they were served at their place in the airport itself. And just when he was taking the bite, the bus came and they said the flight is ready. And his mother also saw a VIP who went on to become the Rajya Sabha MP from Gujarat. That's his version of the airport experience. Toastmaster Harsh is having effective coaching as the pathway, and his evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi, on stage.
Vikram and good morning to each one of you. Today, my focus speaker is Toastmaster Harsh. He'll be delivering his level 1 project 1 speech from the effective coaching pathway. The purpose of his project is to introduce himself to the club members and to understand the basic structure of the meeting. It's my privilege to announce the title of his speech, The Jug I Fit. Simon is requested to note that the time limit for his speech is 4 to 6 minutes, and I encourage everyone for a standing applause at the conclusion of the meeting. All the very best, Toastmaster Harsh, and over to Toastmaster.
You must be wondering if the same speech objectives for all the icebreakers. Why am I calling the evaluator every time? Because the speaker feels privileged that my evaluator is going on stage, and they also get that nervous energy at one point. Okay, my evaluator has come. Next, it's me, Vikram is going to call him on stage. I'm sure that helped. Toastmaster Harsh, please. Harsh, why were you fourth speaker?
Actually, when I was coming from my home, the weather was cloudy and clear, but in the midway, the rain started. And unfortunately, I didn't get rain for neither umbrella. So, actually, on such occasions, such coincidences occur.
He got completely wet. He wanted something to cool down and dry himself. That's why he's in the fourth now. Toastmaster Harsh, the jug that I filled, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you. Born near the westernmost tip of India, that boy printed his footprints in an ancestry where spirituality was at the crest of its tradition. Being the first child in house to make an entry in 21st century, the family celebrated two Diwalis in October 2005 at a gap of a week. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Kencho, Pachama, a teen standing before you, Harsh Padia, is often referred to as born with golden spoon by the people in his surroundings by looking at the kind of love his parents showered, which they find has no competitors in the race. Well, your enthusiasm will be the brim to know about the kind of jug which carries probably the maximum load of my title. It's an acronym where J stands for Jamnagar Journey. My early days were plated with joy. I still recall those streets which would bloom up with our screams and where children from neighborhood gathered to play hide and seek. And the nostalgia of those mischiefs we committed always recreate the hormone of emotion in my body. From kindergarten to class 4, my days at SSSV school does not need any descriptive phrases, since at that point of time, our illusion had not discovered something called constraint. The new subchapter began with transition to Reliance Greens, a world which would give a glimpse of a heaven to an individual's vision. Being a student of KDRFS from class 5th, my persona got groomed along with the academic boost. And it was this time when I realized my potential to be a good orator. And also came to know that pursuing it, Toastmaster was an epitome to it. Moving back to same city was a tough decision for us, but a blessing in disguise, looking at a significant change in my mathematics level, which can be attributed to none other than Delhi Public School Jamnagar, where I pursued my class 9th and 10th, and also to one of my grateful tutor, Mr. Prashant. Soon, the pandemic had its foot in India, and the bars of house were locked, but those of mine open, and the online classes paved the way for my class 10th. You denote unfolding Dwarka diary. When I return from my hometown, the tap of my eyes open. I feel proud to hail from such a place, which is often regarded as a gateway to the heart of Lord Krishna, who promised for the happiness and prosperity of each individual connected to this holy place. It blinks in the list of one of the most amazing places of the world. When we haven't visited there for over 5 months, we feel it like a 5-year drought. Finally, G implies getting into new phase of life, the Vadodara chapter. Second wave of pandemic partnered with the scorching summer of 2021 laid a red carpet welcome for me and the family to the city. The panorama of the house was as hot like a sizzling stew. But as things got back on track, we understood the true essence of Baroda city. Delhi Public School Herning joined the list to be my fourth and final school of schooling journey. Scoring 92% in 10th grade, my aspirations were high, but a virtual image was formed which cannot be produced on the screen. My 2-year journey with PCM school and coaching had lots of maximas and minimas, but one significant thing I learned that we need to come out of our shells called comfort zone in order to achieve success in our lives. Finally, in this era when computer and technology are the bosses of maximum corporate houses, my decision to become a chemical engineer sparked the surprises in minds of many. But being true towards my intentions, I kicked off my journey of chemical engineering at DDIT Nadiad this month. At the end, I would conclude with a stanza that its smell had a sweetness of my family and friends. Although it had some irregular trends, but smile on my face was due to its guilt, since it was a drink from the jug that I filled. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harsh, an amazing speech. 4 schools, huh? My goodness. From LKG to 12th, I studied in the same school. So I don't know about this. It was an amazing speech to me. I'm sure that all the ice-breaking evaluators must be having tough time to evaluate. They have a very big responsibility. Their evaluation will decide whether that icebreaker will go on to give their second speech or not. Please be careful about that. My next story. This happened in Bangalore Airport. I was speaking to my president of Voltaire Toastmasters Club over the phone. We were arranging the 300th milestone meeting. I was going to Visakhapatnam. I was so much engrossed in the preparation that I was fully in the airport chatting with him like this. And finally, I found a seat and I sat. For close to 20-25 minutes, I am chatting. And one point he did not understand. I said, better call him and explain. When I called him, I realized that he was also traveling to Visakhapatnam. He was also in Bangalore Airport. He was also in gate number 5 and he was sitting next to me. After 25 minutes, I realized that we both are chatting in WhatsApp sitting next to each other. Let's move on to the next speech. Toastmaster Sarika is the 5th speaker today. Her evaluator is Toastmaster Pratik. She has taken up effective coaching as the path. She's in her level 1, project 2, writing a speech with a purpose. Her airport story, it happened in the US. She was so hungry. She ordered for pasta and other items in the menu. She would come and tell that. She hated it. She would also come and tell why she hated it. Let me call Toastmaster Pratik on stage to list out the evaluation.
Good morning, everyone, fellow Toastmasters. Today I am evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Sarika. She has chosen the pathway of effective coaching. The purpose of the speech is writing a speech with a purpose. It is her level 1 project 2 speech, and the title of the speech is Importance of the Second Day. And I have gathered enough courage to have an audacity to evaluate you second time, and hoping you hold the line as you did in your aspirator.
Toastmaster Sarika on stage. What did you order and why was it very bad?
Actually, I ordered pizza and pasta, everything, but at the first bite, I realized it's flavored something very odd which I've never tasted. I thought it was a non-veg. I don't like the cheese also, and it was very disappointed because the food is in front me, but I'm not ready to eat.
Thank you. That's what happens in our hotels also. In South India, you go and ask for a naan, it will look like dosa. Toastmaster Sarika. Importance of second day. Importance of second day, Toastmaster Sarika.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to use these dials to share my journey about the second most important day of my life. Still, I remember the lines shared by PM Kunal that the 2 most important days of our life are the day when we born and the day when we come to know why. And it's very important, the second role of our life plays very important role in our life, obviously, because it gives us spark, that spice, which make our life more light. According to me, the most important and beautiful thing in this world is a life. Because the day when we get this, which is our birthday, we come with the contact of other shades of this world. We are able to enjoy, we are able to feel, we are able to see the other shades, the emotions, the relation, everything, just because we are getting this wonderful gift from the God as a life. So I think it's very important for all of us to first start giving respect, love, time, value to your own life. Because trust me, it gives us such a strong base
Just like a big tree needs strong roots to stand straight, and then only he can serve others in a different way. In this way, you can make yourself, if you will satisfy yourself, if you will give importance to your life, then only you will become a strong personality to serve for others, to do something for the other creature of the God. My life, everyone's lives start from this journey, from when to how and why from our childhood. Luckily, I was having a wonderful childhood. During my childhood, I was never forced for anything, not even for studies. I was always free to take the participate to an extracurricular activities to do whatever I want. And trust me, I enjoyed that moment so much that I never feel tired, bored, or to change something. Maybe they're organizing the Teachers' Day and another function, giving me a satisfaction, the happiness to the bottom of my heart, which makes me so energized. In the same way, the life was going on, and the second speed breaker came in my life, and that is my marriage. I don't know why after marriage, suddenly from where the unknown pressure of society starts coming on me to start the career. It was just look like that it's a trend or a passion that now if you are a grown up, you have to start your career. You should start doing the job. You have to start earning the money. You can only serve in the way if you are earning the money. I was so impressed with that, and I decided, okay, I have to talk about this with my family. Then I want to start my career. Next day, when morning, I wake up, I get ready. I went to the kitchen, and I was in a mood to just start about this conversation. At that moment, my mother-in-law asked me to make a few cup of tea. Oh my God. Really? That situation was just like that you are give a steering of a car to someone who even don't know the ABC of driving also. At that particular moment, give me a thought that first I need to fulfill, first I need to learn to fulfill my own basic needs. Then I can move forward for the second thing. I start my journey of learning my basic work, and then after a few years, I think that I'm ready to take the step for my second step to start my career. I applied for the job. I got a good job as a teacher. I start working with one of the most reputed institute, DPS. Everything was looked so nice and beautiful. Good salary, with respect, with a supportive family, everything. But now, at this moment, I don't know why I was becoming someone else. My anger was becoming increasing day by day. I was becoming a short-tempered person. And then I thought it's due to my physical tiredness. I'm not able to cooperate with my domestic and my life. But after a month, also the graph was rising. And I was not aware that it's because of what I think that it's just because of my physical tiredness. Due to some good cause, I have to leave that job, and the break came in my life, in which I analyzed that that was not because of my physical tiredness. Maybe that was because I was not satisfied whatever I was doing. Because I was not able to give a time to my daughter the way I want. I was not having a quality time to share with my family the way I want. And that unsatisfaction, what I want to do, but I was not able to do, making me someone else, which I was not. Because maybe I'm a used to of that, bring the smile on others' face and keep a smile on my face. And it comes only when I am satisfied from my inner soul. So, my dear friends, during that time, I analyzed when I joined the dots of my past, I analyzed that we can't decide our purpose. We can't decide the answer of our life, that why we are here. We can only discover it. And you can discover it by taking the break. By taking the break to think that whatever you were doing or whatever you did is really giving us happiness to you, is really giving us satisfaction, happiness and peace to your soul. If yes, then my dear friends, you are on the right way. Because in this way only, I find out the second most important day of my life, that I am here not to serve or to move on the path of the career, but to serve others, to serve my family, to support others, and bring the happiness on everyone's smile, on everyone's face, the smile on my face. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarika. What an amazing speech. The speech title itself was a very exciting speech title, the second day. I liked it. Now, my next story. For my first international flight experience, I was in the Singapore airport, as usual, hungry. I don't know why when we travel in the flight, we are always hungry. I went to the McDonald's. Again, that was first time. At that time, in McDonald's was not there in India. Now I order something, and the girl at the counter asks me, eating or takeaway? What? Eating or takeaway? I had no clue about what it meant. I saw an Indian like Ronald standing next to me, a frequent flyer. So I asked him, he said, parcel? I said, no. Then eat it. We were so much used to this eating and takeaway. Only now, but those days, it was just a parcel or eat here. That's how my first international flight journey experience was there at Singapore airport. Now to the last speaker, Toastmaster Jignesh. I met him 8-9 months back in our office. He was having a walk around with Nikhil Vaishnav, our veteran vice president membership. The moment he told me that Jignesh wants to join Toastmasters, the VPM inside me said, Toastmasters is a very good organization. I would like you to be a Jignesh told I'm joining this. Nikhil told I'm the VPM right now. I had that chocolate conversation. And now he's going to give his level 1 project 4. That means he's very good in a good journey has started. He's going through this motivational strategies as the pathways. And his version of this airport experiences, there was COVID all around and people were so afraid to travel. A lot of social distancing happening at the airport. But finally, in the flight, he saw people sitting right next to each other, wearing that white color mid-gown. Now we speak about social distancing. That was the surprise that he had. His evaluator is Toastmaster Geetanjali. Toastmaster Geetanjali on stage.
Thank you so much. Namaskar and my soulful greetings to each one of you. Today, Toastmaster Jignesh will present his level 1 Project 4 speech from the path motivational strategy. Name of his project is Evaluation and Feedback. The purpose statement of his project is to present a speech on any topic and receive feedback from the evaluator. Also apply that in his next. Timer, please note, his allotted timings are 5 to 7 minutes. Speech title, Spirituality in the Modern Era. All the best, Toastmaster Jignesh. Present your speech with full confidence. Thank you and over to you.
Toastmaster Jignesh on stage. Toastmaster Jignesh, the spirituality in modern era, Toastmaster Jignesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gitanjali and Toastmaster Vikram, DMOD of today. Sorry, DMOD. And so, good morning, my friends, Toastmaster and listening guests. I am standing before you as a motivational speaker, but don't let it fool you. I am not an average run out of the mill speaker with a suitcase full of self-help books and several books and a predictable formula for the success. I come to you today armed with the most powerful weapon of the universe. It's a spirituality and a quickly humorous. So when we talk about the spirituality, we often conjure image of serene yogis meditating on the mountain tops and uh, meditating easy. But let's be real. How many of you can touch our toes without toppling over? I know I can't do it. Even I cannot get started levitating. So if I float in the mid of the air, trust me, I will win every competition in the limbo competition in the world. So that's all. We spirituality is not a being a perfect human crystal or defying the gravity like a cosmic magician. Spirituality is a finding inner peace, joy amidst the chaos and the absurdity life. Let's face it, life hilariously unpredictable. When we think that we done everything all, and it's throw cobble, and that we will think that we will make a question on our sanity, but that is this what spirituality uh, uh, spirituality allows the dancing into the spirituality allows dance life's cosmic rays and cosmic soup with the smile of our faces. You see that spirituality is not about the solemn faces and uh, and the serious lecture, but it is finding the laughter in the simplest simplest moment. Those moments when life throws a banana peel on your path and you sleep. But end of the doing is the happiest thing. It's about recognizing that we all are the part of this uh, cosmic race and joy and learning through through laugh at ourselves. So so my friends, let's get a laughter revolution. Let's sprinkle joy and humor into our spiritual journey. Meditating with the smile on our faces and visual extra-stress is turning into the goofy cartoon character and watch it dance it away. Remember, we all are interconnected with a cosmic club where each of us are a unique character, unique character through the cosmic divine punchlines and the comedic timing. So let's support and uplift one another and sharing spirituality, laughter, sharing spirituality through the laughter of the laughter is like the currency of our soul. In short, in conclusion, spirituality is not a selfish business. It is about it's inviting the it's about inviting jingle through the life phase. Life phase. Even so, be a part of cosmic spiritual comedy and spread joy like a wildfire. And if all else fails, just remember that laughter is a spiritual crunch exercise. Those who are not able to touch their toes. Thank you and meditate and your spiritual journey filled with the joy and laughter. Thank you.
Thank you, Jignesh. I can also touch the heel like this. He should not move. Oh, you can tell that. Fine. Thank you so much. Now we have completed all the 6 speeches for the first part of our Toastmaster meeting. Now I call upon Toastmaster Pritesh, the timer of today, to tell the timings.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram. Well, now that I have used the stopwatch 6 times, I have got some sense of time. You can not stop the time, but you can limit it because it's limited for you. So I have one recommendation before I list out the timing for each speaker. I recommend not to practice the art of procrastination, even for small things. Because just as an example, while cleaning my wardrobe drawer for that action, I am actually an Olympic level procrastinator. And I really face troubles during that time. So let's melt the ice of inertia. Let's melt the glacier of procrastination. Let's dissolve the fear. So far as the timing is concerned, TM Ananda, allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. He was bang on 6 minutes 39 seconds. TM Harsh, allotted time 4 to 6 minutes, and he was at 4 minutes 15 seconds. TM Jayashree at 5 minutes 45 seconds. She qualified. TM Shikha 4 minutes 44 seconds. TM Sarika 7 minutes 12 seconds. Her allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. TM Jignesh, your allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes, and you're at 4 minutes 50 seconds. So all the speakers were qualified except for me. My sincere apologies to PM Shikha because I raised the green card at 4 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for the green card. Sorry. Thank you.
Can we have the voting now? Toastmaster, we're having the voting. Can you call G on stage? Can you call the G on stage? Fine, okay. In the meantime, I can tell one more story. I was in the Mumbai airport at the Cafe Coffee Day at the queue to buy a coffee, and next to me was Bhumika Chawla. Who all know Bhumika Chawla? A very beautiful actress from Tamil and Telugu industry. And I was Bhumika. I raised my volume and she was so used to it. Hello. Then we had to sit. She was sitting with her mother, and I sat next to the table. And I just asked her about what made her join the film industry. When it was the first time she realized that she liked films and all. It was a very nice 5-minute chat with a very beautiful girl that they all expect to speak one day. Bhumika, always a pleasure to have a conversation with an actress. I call upon the general evaluator for today, who will be carrying on the evaluation session, our own Toastmaster Krunal. His story is at Ahmedabad Airport, where you are served coffee or tea at 100 rupees at one place and 140 rupees at another place. Which one did he choose and why? Krunal is going to come and say about it. Toastmaster Krunal, 100 rupees or 140 rupees?
Yeah, it was at Ahmedabad Airport. Downstairs, the tea was costing 100 rupees. And once you take the escalator and go to the first floor, the same tea costing you 140 rupees. When I asked why 40% increase, he said, no, only premium customers come to the first floor, so we charge premium. I said, okay, I took the stairs again. I had a tea. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the general evaluator for today's meeting. Chief Toastmaster Hitesh is the Olympic level champion for the procrastination. I can give a keynote speech on procrastination because I have been practicing procrastination for past 35 years. So if there is an event where you have a keynote speech on procrastination, I am there. Okay, moving on this 15th of August was Tuesday, right? So how many of you took a leave on Monday? Just be honest. Leave holiday, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. I took a flight on 15th of August, traveled to Rajamundry, then Kakinada, then Chennai, and I returned back yesterday only. it took a lot of audacity for me to join today's meeting because I did not want to miss the show by the Vikram Rajgopal. So I'm holding my line today and attending the meetings as a regular member. Okay, so as a part of general evaluation, I request the evaluator 1, PM Kuldeep, to please come on stage for the evaluation of speaker number 1, Toastmaster Ananda.
Hello, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Ananda's evaluator, Toastmaster Kuldeep. So, Ananda is a very enthusiastic speaker, enthusiastic member. So, when he came up on the stage, he said, "Good morning." This is a gripe with me. And the thing is that he got a lukewarm response. What he should have done, this is a Toastmasters club. He should have said, "Good morning," to get people, and the club is here to give that kind of a response. So I would like him to work on that next time. But otherwise, his speech was quite good. He had no issues speaking up and saying a speech, and he had no issues making eye contact right from the front to the back. And I felt he was very comfortable on the stage and very confident because he paced the stage as well. So that showed that he was very comfortable on it. Your overall speech was centered around a certain concept, which all the other points are driving towards. Ananda maintained that, and he also said certain nice statements like, "Without performance, you can't realize your vision," which was exactly in line with his title. He kept the audience engaged by constantly peppering them with questions, simple questions, such as, "What is an important direction? What is important, direction or speed?" And then he also asked the multiplication questions. But I suspect that he was trying to get revenge on the teachers by getting them to repeat back. And he also spoke of the Pramod model and the Pramod mnemonic, and he concluded with it, and he asked everyone to repeat it back to him. So it was completely in line with his speech. However, there's a few things that he can improve upon. While your language was good, I felt that while your confidence was good on the stage, I felt that he had a bit of unnecessary pacing. So maybe he could slow it down and just stay within a certain area of the stage. You can observe Gitanjali ma'am, who is quite good at that. She slows it down. You stated you should be relentless in pursuing and acquiring skills, and that is ambition. But unfortunately, your body language and your tone and your facial expressions did not match that. When you speak of ambition, you should be focused on acquiring those skills. That your tone should drop, and you should get that message across. In conclusion, if Toastmaster Ananda continues to use great body language, speak with clarity, and also improves on matching his emotions with his tone and body language, I'm confident that he will continue to improve on his speeches. Thank you.
Wow, what a great evaluation by Toastmaster Kuldeep. Now I request Toastmaster Tarun for the evaluation of our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Sikhash.
Very good morning again.
Good morning.
To begin, I would like to congratulate TM Sikha for the audacity she has shown in delivering her first speech. I would divide my evaluation for your speech into 3 categories. First would be where you excelled at. Second is where I want for you can work upon. Third is where you can challenge yourself for a better speech. Finally, I will give it. You excelled at, you made good eye. Your speech was, when you deliver the speech, you maintain a good eye contact on both the side of the stage. That was very good. in your speech, you had good hand gestures in between. You used your hand good. Best part was you shared your personal story, which engaged the audience. You shared your story from a childhood, how you went as a yoga teacher and how that led to be part of Toastmasters. You ended your speech with a good conclusion. That was very good. Your speech had clarity with various pauses so that the audience got engaged to what you do. Where you can improve or want to, I want you to work upon it. When you are delivering your speech, at the starting you use your hand gestures, but in between you are holding. So that may be because you were nervous, as you already told. So work on your hold hand gestures. Stage uses. You could have divided your story into 3 parts or 2 parts and use the stage accordingly. The movement on stage was not that matching with your story. And of course, nervousness, that is what you can work on. You can be a better speaker if you challenge yourself into 2 or 3 categories, which I have noted down. One is voice modulation. If you, since your voice was monotonous throughout the speech, if you can bring some voice modulation between, like your speech can be higher or lower according to your story, that you can work upon the challenge. You can include some humor into the speech so that the audience get engaged more. And you can work on the facial gesturing. So these are the 3 challenges which I would like to give you so that you can take it into the next speech. To conclude, you hold the lines and if you work on these challenges, definitely you would be a great speaker. I would like to just quote and extract from Raphael Nadal's My Story speech. That is, the condition of having fun is keeping the line, sticking to your training regime, and those 2 should be non-negotiable. Thank you all.
Thanks for the wonderful line by Rafael Nadal, Toastmaster Kavi. And this is the beauty of such meetings. Even if the one line, one code, one sentence stuck with you, it is enough for you to change the direction of your life. Moving on, we have Toastmaster Dhruv. I request Toastmaster Dhruv to please come on the stage for the evaluation of Toastmaster Jayashree. Toastmaster Dhruv.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kunal. My heartfelt greetings to everyone. Just as Usain Bolt, the fastest man on the earth, started his journey by taking baby steps, falling, walking, and then running. In a similar way, one of the best KTMs of Toastmasters start their journey by taking a icebreaker speech at a club level. So congratulations, Toastmaster Jayashree, for giving your icebreaker speech in Toastmasters. A simplistic and meaningful title defining about what you're going to say. As your first speech and being highly qualified in Sanskrit, I can definitely say that you gave a speech with a lot of audacity and confidence. You had the easy path to take notes with you, but you refrained from using it. That shows your confidence. Third, you were struck in between. That shows the amount of practice and preparation you had gone through. Fourth, the best part of her speech that she was always smiling while delivering the speech, which can always hide the nervousness of any speaker. Fifth, you were clearly audible and clear even at the back. Sixth, according to the objective of your speech, you spoke about your childhood, family, and education. Achieving 5 gold medals is never an easy task. A person with a 0 gold medal on his name can easily important for your future. To push you towards the next level, there are 3 observations from my end which you need to work upon. First is the speech structure. To finish your speech abruptly. Any speech must always have a start, body, and a conclusion. Also, you can start in a better, innovative, or with a more energetic way. Second, your body language. You need to work upon your standing position, your eye contact, and your hand gestures. Though these hand gestures happen suddenly, but through practice you can overcome it. And the last, a lack of creativity. Try to create a creative title and add some creativeness in the purpose which you are going to convey. To summarize, your speech was at par with the objective of the project. You had a beautiful smiling face and you were with full confidence. But do work upon three feedback which I told, and we all are confident that you will reach the pinnacle of Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ji. Yes, as you rightly mentioned, TM Jayashree is winner of 5 gold medals. It is not a joke, come on. I have to take 5 births 5 times in this space of earth, and then there is no guarantee. So, yeah. Moving on, we have I request Toastmaster Sakshi to please come on the stage for the evaluation of Toastmaster Harsh.
G Toastmaster Kunal. Toastmaster Harsh, I want to commend you for your confident presence on the stage. Your enthusiasm while addressing the audience, came show Majama was captivating. Your speech had a clear structure with a well-defined intro, body, and conclusion. I appreciate how you introduce yourself and your topic right at the beginning. And strive hard that it should be relevant throughout by unveiling your acronym of JUNK. It sets a strong foundation for the rest of your presentation. The content of your speech was quite relevant to the icebreaker objective. You shared about the insights of your background, your school, college, and how you shifted to chemical engineering when you were taking for computers. I noticed your water varieties added depth to your speech. You put emphasis when citing about Krishna Dwarka Nadi. While you presented with confidence to level up your speech, I have specific recommendations. Somehow you are maintaining eye contact only in one side. So this results in other side to feel left out. Additionally, don't rush. Your rate of speech was a bit high. This gives less time to audience to engross your words, and your hand movements were quite swift, so it turns out the audience and distract from you. And also you could have used the stage effectively while comprehending the acronym. Like you could have shifted to this style for J, for U, and then subsequently for G. One way is to hold the line by practicing multiple times before your speech in front of mirror or in front of someone else. To summarize, Toastmaster Harsh, you made a remarkable debut with your icebreaker speech. Your openness and audacity to be authentic was truly inspiring. Keep embracing your opportunities to grow and developing public speaking skills. Thank you.
Thank you. I will borrow the title given by Toastmaster Vikram for Toastmaster Sakshi. So thank you, Palki Sharma, for that Toastmaster. Now I request Toastmaster Pratik to please come on the stage for the evaluation of Toastmaster Sarika's speech. Toastmaster Pratik.
It's time after 12, so good afternoon. First of all, congratulations Toastmaster Sarika for the completion of the level 2 of your project, level 1 of project 2. I will divided the 3 sessions like good things you could have better and needs to improve. So let's just continue with the good things. First of all, you have a very good confidence because every listener wants to listen a confident speaker. That was a very plus point because if you have confidence, rest of things covers up under that umbrella. So that was a very nice thing. And as I evaluated your first icebreaker speech, I can say you have comparatively used a better stage this time. Last time you were online, so that was might be a limitation there, but that was a good thing and plus one. Your voice modulation was nice. Compared to the other icebreaker speakers for the first new learner speaker, that was a very good thing about you, and you can embrace it more to be that your front shield when you are speaking. That gives a very good grasping of audience. Next, I saw improvement in your stage usage as well. As I said the last time, there was invitation. And one more thing, you were clear to hear everyone. Sometimes the speaker speaks, but the voice was like muffling or something like that. That the listener needs to do and invest more energy to understand what you are saying. So that was the very nice thing because speaker needs to be clear. That's a very much necessary, and you had that. And you use prop in the last. That was a good thing because props are sometimes little bit harder to get on stage and be interactive with it. But that was a very nice start for using the prop, but there might be some improvement to my team. And the next would have been better. There are the speech timings. You exceeded 7 minutes. You use the grace period. That was, kind of avoidable if you try to practice more to complete in time. Because sometimes exceeding will cut in a content of your speech, and that might lead to abrupt finishing sometimes. So that was the things to improve. And in general, you were louder, but as a speaker, I personally think that more louder is more clear. Because sometimes you have a very last stage and the last seater might not be able to your voice. So if you able to speak louder, that will be beneficial as well. And there are one thing, you could have used more phrases to enrich your. So that was some kind of thing people like the most, that because listener want to listen that they didn't listen before or they familiar before. That and after last, I can say there are some things needs to improve. You were looking down so many times, so that was not adequate. And there are missing attention magnets like questions or how many of there are. Raise your right hand, that kind of like that. And lastly, do not show fingers. You once show fingers, so that needs to be. So that's all from my side. I will forget it.
Thank you. Yes, I also like the prop used by Toastmaster Sarika, but I don't know why she used. She has a natural smile on her face. If had it been used by me or Vikram, we would have understand. We take a lot of efforts to smile because my children agree that whenever they click the photo, they Papa, please smile. I said, I'm smiling. No, loud. Okay. So moving on, I request Toastmaster Gitanjali to please come on the stage for the evaluation of Toastmaster community. Toastmaster Gitanjali.
Thank you so much. Again, my soulful greetings to each one of you. Toastmaster Jignesh, first of all, my heartfelt thanks to you for presentation of such highly authentic and spiritual speech. Your speech title, Spirituality, was quite apt with your presentation. Spirituality in modern era. That title itself is quite apt with your presentation. Your audacity was highly appreciable. It took a lot of audacity to stand up and present speech on the spirituality in this modern era of digitization. Thus, kudos to you. Content of your speech was highly motivating. You presented your speech in a very simple language which compelled the audience to take interest in your presentation. They found the theme of your speech very near to their heart, thus it went inside the heart of audience. All the three parts of your speech, such as opening, body and conclusion, were well connected with each other. It was quite well written speech. Opening was quite well. You talked about the bag and baggage. You are not a motivational speaker, professionally motivational speaker. That impressed me very much. You talked about the cosmic rays and love, and also you just joined them with the speech. You just, through your speech, in a very simple way, you gave us the importance of spirituality, to follow the spirituality in this modern era. I think your speech will help us to lead a happy and peaceful life. Technically, it was a sound presentation, but being an evaluator, it is my soulful duty to give you some positive feedback to make you a next level speaker. Please try to give more emphasis on your eye contact, body language, and voice modulation. These are the basic tools which makes our speech more effective and impressive. Do more practice. before your presentation, as it is said that practice makes the man perfect. I noticed one thing of yours, that you are a humble and very shy person. And I think your shyness creates great hindrance in the path of your progress. Thus, try to overcome your shyness and be confident when you are on the stage. Lastly, use more stage area to create good rapport with the audience. Overall, it was a good presentation. Many learnings and takeaways were there. I wish you all the best to be a great motivation speaker. The day will come when we all will go to Gandhinagar or Sayajinagar Hall to listen to your motivation. Thanks, and over to you.
Thank you for the detailed evaluation. Now I request our timer, Toastmaster Ritesh, to please come on stage and present the report for the evaluators. Toastmaster Ritesh.
Thank you. Timers report for evaluators. PM Kuldeep, 3 minutes 15 seconds. PM Sakshi, 1 minute 52 seconds. PM Dhruv, 2 minutes 32 seconds. PM Tarun, 2 minutes 59 seconds. PM Pratik, 3 minutes 20 seconds. PM Gitanjali, 3 minutes 41 seconds. So.
Bye. Perfect.
So all everybody, all the evaluators. Thank you. Thank you. So we are publishing the, no, except Gitanjali Bhagat. So we are publishing the, okay, fine. So by the time the voting is there in your phones, let me share my airport experience. When I was a kid, I was living in Ahmedabad. So my father took me to a road. It is not exactly the airport experience, to the road where the landing takes place and flying takes place. To see the flight, from the bottom. And people used to say there is a button up there, and if you press the button, the lady will come and she will serve anything you want. Wow. So those were the stories at that time, like 25 years, 30 years before. Okay. मेरा तो अभी voting नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Fine. So moving on, let's request our counter Toastmaster Hiranya to present her report. Toastmaster Hiranya.
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Our counter is a role that toys with the harmless word classism. A nice strategy to draw the attention of club members and give them a jolt. Have a look. And it's a request, whenever I say kudos after a speaker's name, I would like you all to give them a round of applause. Okay? First, our Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Vikram, kudos. Just the repetitive word, use of the word I, just avoid using that, otherwise oh. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Ananda, kudos. No R's, no ums, no use of filler words. Keep it up. Toastmaster Shikha, 2 R's and repetitive use of the word then. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Jayashree, repetitive R's, 1 and use of the words I and can be avoided. Speaker 4, Toastmaster Harsh, 1 R, 1 and I would just suggest you to speak a bit slowly and maintain your pace, otherwise you will very good. Toastmaster Sarika, 3 R's. Speaker 6, Toastmaster Jignesh, repetitive R's, 1 and use of filler words and that. Toastmaster Kuldeep, repetitive R's, use of the filler words so and. Toastmaster Tarun, kudos. Toastmaster Dhruv, kudos. Just the repetitive use of the word and. Toastmaster Sakshi, 3 hours. Toastmaster Pratik, 3 hours, 1 and use of the filler words and so. Toastmaster Gitanjali, kudos. Just you had some filler pauses in the middle, so that can be avoided. Toastmaster Hitesh, 1 hour and use of the filler words and so. Toastmaster Kabir, kudos. Toastmaster Kunal, 4 hours and use of the filler word okay and so. Hold the line speakers. I hope my report will help you to prepare for your next time.
Thank you. Kudos to Hiran. Now I request our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Kabir, to present his 10-page report.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone, once again. So, because we are running short on time, I haven't prepared a 10-page report, but I'll go a little bit fast. So, first of all, word of the day was used by TM Hitesh, TM Shikha, TM Dhruv, TM Pratik, TM Krunal, TM Tarun, TM Dhruv again, TM Sakshi, TM Gitanjali. And the phrase of the day was used by TM Hitesh, TM Shikha, TM Dhruv, TM Pratik, TM Krunal, TM Tarun, and TM Hiran. So now for my evaluation, Toastmaster Vikram, of course, I found no grammatical errors and I expected the same too. I wrote his name and left just 2 lines because I knew I need not write any report. So kudos to him. Toastmaster Ananda said, one who do well and great perform. It should be one who does well and performs great. And again, by let everyone know your vision. It is by letting everyone know your vision. Toastmaster Tarun, he while introducing the speech title, he said the speech title was embracing, but he said it a little bit slowly, so it sounded like embarrassing. Otherwise, no grammatical errors, so kudos to him too. Toastmaster Shikha, here I joined English speaking classes. Her speech was in the past tense, so it should be there I joined English speaking classes. While narrating her Dubai experience, she said there, but in the Mumbai one, she said here. And her speech was switching from the past to present tense continuously. So that is something you should take care of. Toastmaster Jayshree, she said thereafter and then after again and again, which is again a very wrong thing. Not only her, but many speakers used thereafter, then after this happened, which is grammatically incorrect. You should instead say after that. And again, there were multiple grammatical errors and incorrect usages of past tense and present tense, which should be avoided. But because it was an icebreaker, it was good enough. Toastmaster Harsh, he said, I also came to knew. Should be I also came to know. Otherwise, no grammatical errors. And it being an icebreaker, it is kudos to him too. Toastmaster Sarika, there were multiple grammatical errors. Again, the same past and present tense errors. She shifted between past and present tense. And she said unsatisfaction. It can be dissatisfaction. For Toastmaster Jignesh, there were multiple grammatical errors. Again, the same past and present tense errors. But one good thing about Toastmaster Jignesh was he made an error by saying TMOD of the day, and he instantly corrected it by saying sorry, it's TMOD. So that is one thing that whenever you say something grammatically incorrect, you can immediately correct it, so the listeners will forget. Otherwise, Toastmaster Kuldeep, Toastmaster Krunal, Toastmaster Gitanjali, I found no grammatical errors. Toastmaster Sakshi too, there were no grammatical errors. Toastmaster Dhruv said defining about your speech, about is not needed there. Otherwise, Toastmaster Pratik, there were no grammatical errors as such. Kudos to him too. So this was my report, and I would like to end with a quote that the more you sweat in preparation, the less you bleed in war. So this is how.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. The more you sweat in the preparation, the less you sweat in the. This is what happened, when father is being evaluated by children. Okay, great. So I have a request on behalf of presiding officer, Toastmaster Jyoti. We will need 10 minutes extra time because we have 6 speeches. So we will need some time extra time. So we need consent of all the members and guests. Okay, thank you. So moving on, it's time for the general evaluation report. Today's meeting is actually the role model how to perform Toastmaster of the Day role. Will you agree with me on it? Yeah. You will have, I am sure all of you must have noticed that Toastmaster Vikram has started his role 3 to 4 days before the meeting. He sent individual a message sharing about his experience, all the role players and speakers, that what is your experience. So this is how the Toastmaster of the Day can make the meeting more engaging. So today's meeting was not a meeting, it was a lesson, it was a training session. So I request everyone to please watch the recording as well, that how one day when you become the TMOD, how you can take the role in a more engaging way. Saturday Dance opened the meeting with her energetic claps. As always, it is a signature style, and I personally like that very much. And then the book of the week by Toastmaster Janardhan, Chip War or Chip of War, something like that, right? Chip War. I commend your courage that you are reading this 400 pages book 2 times. This is something which you are reading second time, because I have 5 books which is uncompleted. Like I read halfway, then I found something interesting, then I read halfway. Okay, moving on, Toastmaster Vikram took the stage with his charismatic personality and shared his first experience. And then he introduced his tag team effectively, Timer Hitesh. He also shared the beautiful narrative about his experience with a metaphor of stopwatch. Only one suggestion to TM Hitesh: please hold the card upright so that it is visible to the speaker as well as all the members. No need to shy away and say, please look at the red card. No need. You have all the rights to say, this is the red card, please stop. Okay. Then Toastmaster Hiranya, very interesting and very innovative, really explained her role about Aha Counter, narrating Kabir's Doha with her role. Toastmaster Kabir, as always, he also explained his role, giving example of office life, and also he submitted his report also with a beautiful quote of Spartans. I think that quote was from Spartans. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Ananda, of course, he had a detailed evaluation report. 2 cents from me. You explained the beautiful phrase of PAMOD, the acronym, whether it was designed by yourself or you picked up from the book, any book. You should have mentioned that as well. And your energy level is commendable, your confidence is very good. Only thing is, you should focus on grammar. Because what happens that when you are eager to share everything you have inside and you lose the focus on grammar, sometimes there is a disconnect from the audience also. I am sure you are the next Sonu Sharma or Vivek Bindra in making from Vadodara Toastmaster Club. And lastly, add some personal experience. Whatever you are sharing, if you add personal experience, then your speech is 10 out of 10. Toastmaster Shikha, embracing the journey of long life learning. You are one of those speakers, very few speakers, who can speak with eyes and smile. If you see your recording, you are speaking like this. When I go there, when I do this. So very good. Very few speakers have that quality. And you were very authentic, very speaking from the heart kind of a speaker. And your storytelling is also, I like that. I was personally engrossed in your speech. And the best thing is you concluded with a shairi. Only thing is you translate it without an assumption that everybody knows Urdu or Hindi. So that is something which speaker should note, that whenever we are using any doha, any shairi, any slok, please translate it. Then Toastmaster Jayashree, you set an example of courage today. You came here for the first time and you spoke for 4 to 6 minutes. So kudos to you for your courage. I would like to quote my favorite quotation here, that the pro is the amateur who simply showed up every day. The pro is the amateur who simply showed up every day. So if you keep coming and keep delivering the speech, you will become a pro. And I would love to listen the same speech in Sanskrit if presiding officer permits, because you are the gold medalist in 5 times. And I'll take a different route here. Toastmaster Jayashree was so authentic in her speech that even though there were many loopholes or flaws in grammar and ahs and ums, she held the audience connected. So that is one more message I would like to share, that if you are speaking from your heart, audience will filter out all the grammatical error and all the ahs and ums, and they will still listen what you are saying. So, but still, having said that, please focus on grammar, right? It's not something. Toastmaster Harsh, the judge that I failed, as you got the feedback from your evaluator also, from your AHA counter also, please slow down. Average 5 to 7 minute speech requires 800 words probably. You had 1200 words. So less is always more when it comes to public speaking. Toastmaster Sarika, importance of second day. I also like your speech, very authentic, straight from the heart. And I like the statement you made that you cannot decide your purpose. You can only discover. That is something which is very powerful. Toastmaster Jignesh, very good confidence and very difficult topic. Spirituality, when we speak about it, is very difficult and very challenging. Your speech to me is like a margarita pizza. Dhanashree, you like margarita pizza? Very good. But what about cheesy 7 pizza, or we add some toppings? So add some toppings of humor, toppings of pauses, toppings of personal stories. So that will make your speech even more interesting. Otherwise, all evaluators fairly did their job well. Our counters and grammarian, as always, they also did their job phenomenally great. With that, I am handing over the stage again back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vikram.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krunal. I had an amazing experience in the airport every time. That made me have an amazing experience as a Toastmaster of the day. I'm sure that everyone with whom I did not ask, what's your Toastmaster, what's your airport experience? Please get to know what is your airport experience. I'm sure that it's always a good icebreaker with strangers. I don't know what happened at the airport. It's always a genuine and a good icebreaker. Finally, I hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Joe. Time I'm just handing over the. Thank you.
Voting for role players and
Supporting role player and role players are in the.
Can quickly vote and thank you for the wonderful session. It was a great learning indeed. And we will quickly start with the award presentation. Pratik. Award. Okay,
one by one you give it to you.
It's right. Not an issue. We'll take a guest feedback. Sir, can you share your feedback?
Wow. I think for me it was kind of a relearning experience, because I'm personally a trainer, I teach IELTS students, those who have aspirations to leave this beautiful country and go and struggle in another country. Which is always the question that I always ask them, why? Why not here? Why struggle at the age of 40 plus? Go there. You earn in dollars, that's what it's. But yes, coming back to this experience, thank you so much, Sakshi, for inviting to this wonderful session. Such technicalities for every speech is something that I've always enjoyed. Being an IELTS trainer, this is what I teach my students also. Timing, grammar, oohs and ahs and ums, fillers. And overall, it was a good pizza with all toppings, right? A veg spicy supreme. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikram. Your airport experiences really, I could resonate with my personal experiences. But I'll take just 1 minute to quote my airport experience. This happened in Dubai airport. So I was standing in a queue with a small trolley bag because I had a 3-day visit there, so I did not have much of a luggage. So there were 4 Indian passengers with electronics, and they asked me, "Sir, if you don't have a bag, do you mind checking in my television?" I asked them why. They said that we are 4 people, so one person is permitted to carry a 40-inch television, smart television, per check. We accidentally bought 5 televisions. Oh. So can you please allow me to do that? That was whether I did or not, that I'll leave it to the next airport experience session. But yes, that was my personal experience in Dubai airport. Thank you once again. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Do you want to share?
I would like to keep it short. So I'll start with my airport experience. Amazing topic, sir. So my experience is I have traveled like about 30-40 times in flights, including international and domestic. And one thing is I have collected all the boarding passes. I haven't collected them, all of them. And one more peculiar thing is I have never paid for my flights. All of them were not even reimbursed. They were either from my universities or from my company or some of my professors who were sponsored by intern in US and Japan. So nice experience I have. I will just provide 2 words for this session. One thing I really appreciate about this particular club of Toastmasters is in our life we usually spend a lot of time texting. If anything is important, we just text. We keep on chatting. We note everything in chats, which doesn't let us to speak freely. So one thing is Nikhil. I don't know if it's here or not. Nikhil and Sakshi. So they both of them called me from their end, and we had a very good, enriching conversation about Toastmasters and a lot of things. So it's nice to like people speak up. Otherwise I would have just kept on chatting like, okay, when is the event, blah blah blah, whatever. But they called from there, and so it was very nice. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing your feedback. And one more thing, we have got our first award, Golden Eye Award. So let's have a big round. And one more thing, apart from Sakshi, the entire ExCom team, each and every member, especially Tarun and Nikhil also, he also worked really hard with us. So thank you each and every sitting here and
so it would be a great event. I want that everyone to come, that from team, that something should get about it.
Please come.
ExCom and IP.
Tarun, Dhruv, please come and join us. That picture will be with all of us because each and every person sitting here is contributed towards the number. Thank you very much. So, Victor, I want to about presentation. Best prepared speaker, TM Ananda. Best evaluator, TM Dhruv. Best supporting role player, TM Hirani. I have to give this. Best TM Vikram not only played the role very nicely, but he taught all of us how we should play the emoji role and how we should conduct the meeting. So thank you so much for the great learning. With this, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you for your time.